Well, the victims' bodies are barely cold from the Islamic terror attack at Bondi, and there's been a ceasefire in Gaza for more than 2 months. But don't let that stop heartless protesters. Last night, we showed you footage of these pro-Gaza ghouls rallying at Town Hall in Sydney with their Palestinian kafirs and hateful slogans. Now,
this right here is where it starts to me, right amongst these headstones, where every name is a reminder that real people pay the cost when society stops holding standards. Because the moment grief becomes political costume, the moment any side treats death like a prop, something in a nation breaks, like Bondi. And I'm not here for a fight with strangers or to ridicule you for your religious beliefs. I'm here for accountability from leaders, institutions and systems that are supposed to keep community cohesion intact. Because if we cannot enforce basic civic responsibility, we end up burying the consequences. These are facts. And later on, everybody just jumps out and acts surprised, like it hasn't happened. We didn't know. So no, I'm not doing outrage. I'm doing standards, law and consequences. And that is the only way that Australia is going to remain Australia through all of this.
Now we can show you more of what happened at that protest, where Palestinian activist Sarah Saleh yesterday vowed to continue her calls to globalize the Intifada.
I intend to keep saying, globalize the Intifada and free Palestine.
Absolutely sickening. We've seen what globalize the Intifada looks like. We saw the Australianising of the Intifada at Bondi Beach a week ago. And if anyone needs reminding, that phrase is a reference to 2 Palestinian intifadas in the late 1980s and early 2000s, in which more than 1,000 Israelis were killed or injured in horrific terror attacks in the second Intifada alone, committed by Palestinians. So please, spare me whitewashing like this.
The definition of intifada is as a shaking off or as an uprising. So when people say intifada, it's a basic act of us supporting the uprisings of Palestinians.
Seriously. And just check out this obtuse question asked by a reporter at New South Wales Premier Chris Minns's press conference yesterday.
Why are you banning an Arabic word while at the same time say that you don't want to whip up fear and racism against certain people? So can you please explain it?
Its use in common parlance in demonstrations both here and around the world are a call to a global intifada. I mean, that's what it means. Not in the Middle East, not in Israel or Gaza, but here in Sydney, in our streets. No, sorry, I think I'm entitled to get an answer out. And in those circumstances, I do believe it leads to a culture and environment of heightened disunity and an invitation to violence.
It's so refreshing, isn't it? Seeing a leader with actual leadership and moral clarity. But now I want to show you a pro-Palestine activist exploiting the youngest victim, Matilda's death, in her performative protest, dated in this footage online as being from Sunday, the same day Matilda's family was honouring her and other victims at a Jewish community event a week on from the attack.
Who is going to sing for us What a Wonderful World, which was the favourite song of a little 10-year-old girl slaughtered on Bondi Beach last week. So let's all think about that.
When people sing wholeheartedly, they don't actually sing flat, with no life. They mean it. And I think what I've just said sort of says it all. This country was built on standards, restraint and responsibility, not on noise and spectacle. What concerns me now is how quickly those standards are abandoned when they become inconvenient. New policies are announced without explanation, failures are reframed as inevitabilities, and the legitimate questions are treated as hostility. That is not governance, that's avoidance. A functioning system does not fear scrutiny, and it doesn't punish compliance while excusing absolute incompetence. If institutions are confident in their decisions, they should welcome examination, not hide behind messaging.
It turns my stomach. And if this woman looks familiar, it may be because it's the same anti-Israel activist, Michelle Burkhunt, who crashed the Bondi Memorial site in her Palestinian kafir the day after the massacre, having to be removed by police. Why did you turn up today? Why have you turned up here wearing a Palestinian kafir? Are you trying to antagonize the Jewish community?
Well, there's no Israeli flag here. We would not have worn a kafir because this community has politicized this tragedy.
Birkin says she's Jewish and a descendant of Holocaust survivors. She's also a member of Jews Against the Occupation 48, an ultra-fringe group which testified at the New South Wales parliamentary inquiry in May, where they refused to condemn the October 7 attacks and denied Hamas and Hezbollah are anti-Semitic organisations. It's just so offensive and appalling. And I hardly need to point out their views do not represent the overwhelming majority of the community. So don't ask me why they were invited to give evidence at a parliamentary inquiry in the first place. The Premier is right to crack down on protests and designate Globalise the Intifada as hate speech. And the federal government should follow suit. And by the way, From the River to the Sea should also be banned. It's effectively calling for ethnic cleansing of Jews from Israel. Not that many of the useful idiots who repeat it seem to know which river to which sea.
So this is a small town view of a big problem because local people carry the impact first. Local workers, local kids, local shop owners, local community groups. And when the national conversation turns toxic, it drops straight into towns just like this. So my position is simple. We protect peaceful protests, we protect lawful speech, and we enforce the line the moment it becomes intimidation, harassment, or incitement. And we do it with process, evidence, and consequences, not vigilantism, not mob justice, and not political theatre. And if you think that's too strict, then you've all forgotten what social cohesion actually costs to maintain.
Sadly, we can't legislate against stupidity.
Out here you learn quickly that systems either work or they fail, because you cannot argue your way out of reality. You either build it right or you pay later, and that's the message I'm leaving with you. Australia needs lawful accountability, clean standards and consistent enforcement, because when leaders dodge responsibility, the public inherits the chaos. And I'm not interested in chaos, I'm interested in a country where people can disagree without being turned into enemies, where institutions do their jobs, where communities are protected, and where the loudest extremists do not get to set the tone for the rest of us ever again. It's about time we put our differences aside, yeah? Found the common threat, which we have, and it's very serious, and it's right in our faces, right across this entire planet. We've got to ask ourselves, why are our leaders not coming to us, asking us what we want to do about it? We really need to ask that question to ourselves and hit our leaders up. They're actually supposed to be working for us. They are not in control like they're trying to take control. We are not their slaves. They're supposed to be working for us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and press the belly thing and share it with your mates.